I've been dating for a long time, and my mom used to give the best advice. So when I was in my early 30s, I was dating a guy who was maybe like 41, 42, and I was telling her all about him, how he lived in a downtown high-rise apartment, drove a luxury SUV, worked for a professional sports team, and had all, lived in the city, like all these great things. And she just cuts me off and she goes, "Well, what's wrong with him?" And I was like, he just hasn't found somebody yet. And before I could even finish saying it, she started cackling and she was just like, "You'll figure it out."
How rude.
And what she meant was, he's 41 and single. He's lived in the same city his entire life. He's gainfully employed, and doesn't own a home. He doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have children. At what point in his 41 years, what's wrong with him? What kind of childlike, boyish Peter Pan tendencies does he have? She knew. And I think about that now every single day as I date men in their 40s.
Don't fuck with me, fellas! This ain't my first time at the rodeo.
First off, your mom sounds like a runt, and you're probably a runt. I can tell from this video. But second of all, wouldn't this apply to a 40-something-year-old woman still on the dating market who isn't unattractive and gainfully employed and yada, yada, yada?
How dare you?
They always try to shame the 40-plus men who are successful who didn't sign up for the trap, who didn't sign up for the misery trap of marriage and a family, so he can get henpecked at home and not get respected by you or your family. And all his hard work and effort can be met with, "You never do anything right." That doesn't make you a little boy. That makes you smart for avoiding that. Avoiding some woman like you who's in her 40s still making TikToks. I think you're the one with Tinkerbell syndrome, ma'am.
I've been humbled. The dating apps have officially humbled me. You see there's 20 new people interested in you. You're excited to open up the app. The characters that I see. Now listen, I'm not delusional. I know I'm not 20 years old.
You can say that again.
I know, looks-wise, I don't think I'm a 10. I don't think I'm a 9. I don't think I'm not, I know what I'm bringing to the table, I have self-respect. I'm not a loser.
How could you be so sure?
I'm not the girl you wake up next to and have to gnaw your arm off. I get that. These guys, the confidence. I'm not saying, but they think we're matches. You have no teeth. Why don't you have teeth? I deserve better than that.
No, you don't.
Subscribe and hit the bell. It really helps the channel grow. Like and comment as well. Thank you. That man with no teeth, hey, you didn't hear his story. Maybe he got a good reason to not have any teeth. If you were worth men with teeth, you would be getting offers from men with teeth. So it's time to just accept what you can get at this point, man. Because if you were so wonderful, you wouldn't be on the dating market in your 40s. I don't get the vibe that you're a widow. Or you could just give up dating and just find a hobby. That's an idea.
You need to go find something else to do. I don't care if it's professional frisbee throwing, okay? Or you need to pick up freaking knitting. Whatever it is, you have to do something else. Like, this is out of control.
This is the walk of shame at 43. You leave the house in the suburban neighborhood, and there's an older gentleman mowing his yard, but you're wearing dude clothes. You got a big bag, and you're like, everybody knows what's going on here. Everybody knows.
We don't care. We don't care.
I'm pretty sure if you chronicle your walks of shame on the internet, it makes it that much more shameful. Look, yeah, you don't have any shame. You're making that very clear. So you shouldn't be embarrassed by his neighbors seeing you walk out with the big bag. If you're cool with thousands of people seeing you and hearing you talk about it. But what do I know? That's crazy to be 43 and still getting pumped and dumped. That's just diabolical. Pray for her.
May God have mercy on your soul.
Dating in your 40s is so different than dating in your 20s, right?
Yeah, you think?
A first date in your 20s may have sounded something like, what do you like to do for fun? Oh my God, I like to have fun. I love to have fun. Yes, we should do fun together. You're so fun. We should have more fun together. A first date in your 40s may sound a little more like, who's your divorce attorney?
What the hell are you talking about?
What is your insecure attachment style? Where are you in your healing journey? Fun.
What?
If you're in your 40s and you're on a date with a woman in her 40s and she's talking like that, just run, man. People still want to have fun in their 40s. Who's your divorce lawyer? I get it, it's a joke, but it's kind of not a joke. She really probably does ask questions like that on a date. She's unbearable. And there's a reason why she's still single, of course.
Oh, there's a big surprise. That's an incredible. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from that surprise.
Look at her TikTok name, or maybe you can't see it on the screen, but it's fashionably divorced. What else needs to be said?
Brutally honest dating advice for women over 40. Listen, you're not too old. You're just finally unavailable for bullshit. Your standards didn't get higher. Your tolerance got lower. And that's a good thing. So what happens when women are in their 40s? Well, their hormones change, and you lose that agreeableness that you had in your 20s and 30s, which is why we see 60% of divorces instigated by women. Look, if a man wants to come along and claim you and say, hey, I'm here for you, I choose you, that's awesome. But if he wants to dick around and be emotionally unavailable or play the field or be inconsistent, fuck that noise. There is nothing more sexy and desirable than a woman in her 40s. She's beautiful, she's in her sexual prime, and she knows what she wants. And to the right guy, that's sexy. Now, does that mean that you're not soft and beautiful and feminine and incredibly desirable? No, you are. So you're not too old. You've just lost your capacity for bullshit. And that's a good thing.
That is bullshit.
Lies on top of lies on top of lies from Mr. Clean. Look, they're not gonna F you, bro. No matter how much you pander to them. They've lost their agreeableness, but they're still soft and feminine. No, they're not. That's a contradiction. They're angry, they're bitter, they're controlling,
Etc., 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 etc.